The mindset you choose fundamentally shapes how you experience challenges, setbacks, and success. When you adopt a growth mindset, a deep belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance, you transform obstacles from insurmountable barriers into valuable opportunities for growth. This mindset contrasts sharply with a fixed mindset, where individuals see their talents and intelligence as static, unchangeable traits. People with a fixed mindset often avoid challenges, give up easily, and feel threatened by the success of others because they view effort as fruitless if they are not naturally good at something. In contrast, those who believe they can improve embrace challenges as essential steps in the journey toward mastery. They see failure not as a reflection of their identity, but as feedback to learn from and adapt. This belief in improvement fuels a continuous learning process. It encourages curiosity and exploration, fostering an environment where questions are valued over answers and experimentation is welcomed rather than feared. When improvement is seen as possible, every experience becomes a lesson. The fear of failure diminishes because setbacks are reframed as information, not as proof of inadequacy. This shift in perspective creates psychological safety, which is critical for innovation and creativity. People become more willing to take risks, try new approaches, and push beyond their comfort zones. They understand that effort and persistence are the pathways to developing new skills and expanding their capabilities. Importantly, believing in your ability to improve changes how you set goals and measure progress. Instead of focusing solely on outcomes, winning, achieving, or being perfect, you focus on the process and the incremental steps that lead to growth. This approach promotes patience and long-term thinking. Success is not a sudden event, but a gradual accumulation of small improvements made consistently over time. It encourages setting stretch goals that challenge existing limits without causing discouragement. When improvement is a given, setbacks become temporary roadblocks rather than permanent defeats, keeping motivation alive even in difficult times. The neuroscience behind this mindset is compelling. Studies show that the brain is plastic. It can change and adapt in response to learning and experience throughout life. This means that abilities such as intelligence, creativity, and leadership are not fixed traits, but can be developed. When you believe you can improve, you are more likely to engage in behaviors that enhance learning, such as seeking feedback, practicing deliberately, and reflecting on performance. This active engagement physically rewires the brain, strengthening neural pathways associated with new skills and knowledge. This biological evidence underscores the power of belief as not just psychological, but also physiological. Culturally and organizationally, embracing a growth mindset creates a dynamic where innovation thrives. When leaders and teams believe improvement is possible, they cultivate an atmosphere of continuous improvement rather than complacency. This mindset encourages sharing ideas, learning from mistakes, and collectively pushing boundaries. Organizations that embody this belief adapt more quickly to change, outperform competitors, and maintain resilience in uncertain environments. The willingness to improve fosters collaboration and openness, replacing blame and defensiveness with problem-solving and shared ownership of challenges. Moreover, the growth mindset helps counteract the paralysis often caused by fear of failure or perfectionism. When you believe that you can improve, you understand that mastery is a journey, not a destination. This reduces the pressure to be perfect from the start, which often stifles creativity and initiative. Instead, you accept that early failures and imperfections are natural parts of learning. This acceptance allows you to iterate rapidly, experiment boldly, and refine your approach continuously. The power of believing in improvement lies in its ability to free you from the constraints of self, doubt, and hesitation, unleashing your full potential. On a personal level, this belief fosters resilience and adaptability. Life is inherently uncertain and filled with unexpected challenges. Those who trust in their capacity to learn and grow are better equipped to navigate adversity. They recover more quickly from setbacks because they see them as temporary and surmountable. This resilience is not just about enduring hardship, but actively using it as fuel for personal development. Believing in improvement encourages a mindset of ownership and empowerment, where you take responsibility for your growth rather than attributing success or failure solely to external factors. The mindset of believing you can improve also fundamentally transforms how you view others. Instead of judging people by their current abilities or performance, you recognize their potential for growth. This perspective fosters empathy, patience, and supportiveness in relationships, whether in teams, families, or communities. It encourages mentoring and teaching because you believe everyone has the capacity to evolve. This collective belief creates environments where people are motivated to lift each other up and pursue shared excellence. Ultimately, the power of believing you can improve lies in its ability to change the narrative you tell yourself about what is possible. It shifts your focus from limitations and barriers to possibilities and opportunities. It transforms effort from a burden into a path forward, and failure from an endpoint into a step in the process. This mindset does not guarantee easy success, but it guarantees that you will approach life's challenges with resilience, creativity, and a relentless drive to evolve. The belief that you can improve is not just a psychological stance. It is the foundation for a life marked by continuous growth, innovation, and fulfillment. Self-doubt and limiting beliefs act as invisible barriers that quietly undermine our potential long before we even take the first step toward improvement. These mental roadblocks often arise from past experiences, societal conditioning, or internalized fears. They tell us we are not good enough, smart enough, or capable enough to grow or succeed. Recognizing these doubts is the critical first step toward breaking free from their grip. It requires honesty and courage to confront the negative self-talk that can become so ingrained it feels like an undeniable truth. When we begin to question these limiting beliefs, we start to realize they are often based on assumptions rather than facts, and they can be challenged and changed. Breaking through mental barriers demands a deliberate effort to shift perspective. It means replacing the automatic "I can't" with "what if I could," or "how can I learn to do this?" This shift is not a superficial act of positive thinking, but a deep rewiring of how we interpret our capabilities. It involves cultivating awareness of when self-doubt arises and consciously choosing to push past it rather than retreat. This process is similar to training a muscle. The more you practice confronting and overriding limiting thoughts, the stronger your confidence and belief in your ability to improve become. One effective way to overcome self-doubt is to seek evidence that contradicts it. Often we ignore past successes or underestimate our own progress because we focus on what we haven't achieved yet. Reflecting on moments when we have learned new skills, adapted to challenges, or grown through effort can serve as powerful reminders that improvement is possible. These small victories accumulate, creating a foundation of confidence that weakens the hold of limiting beliefs. It's important to celebrate progress, no matter how incremental, because each step forward disproves the narrative of "I can't." Another crucial strategy is surrounding yourself with a supportive environment. The people we engage with have a profound impact on our self-perception. Encouragement, constructive feedback, and mentorship can counteract the negative voices inside our heads. When others believe in our potential and hold us accountable, it becomes easier to believe in ourselves. Conversely, toxic or unsupportive environments can reinforce doubts and fears. Choosing to engage with those who inspire growth and confidence is an essential step toward breaking free from limiting beliefs. Facing self-doubt also means embracing vulnerability. It can feel uncomfortable or risky to admit uncertainty or fear, especially in competitive or high-pressure contexts. Yet vulnerability is a gateway to authenticity and learning. When we allow ourselves to be open about what we don't know or where we struggle, we create space for genuine growth. Vulnerability invites collaboration, as others recognize shared challenges and offer support or new perspectives. This openness weakens the power of self-doubt by removing the illusion of needing to be perfect or have all the answers up front. Mindfulness and self-reflection are powerful tools for identifying and dismantling limiting beliefs. By paying attention to our thoughts and emotional responses, we can catch patterns of negativity as they arise. Journaling, meditation, or simply pausing throughout the day to check in with ourselves can reveal recurring doubts or fears. Once identified, these thoughts can be questioned. Are they true? Are they helpful? What alternative explanations exist? This practice not only reduces the frequency and intensity of self-doubt, but also strengthens our ability to steer our minds toward empowering beliefs. Reframing failure is another critical component in overcoming limiting beliefs. Often, self-doubt is triggered by fear of failure or past negative experiences. When failure is viewed as a judgment on our worth or ability, it reinforces limiting beliefs and discourages risk-taking. However, by redefining failure as a natural and valuable part of the learning process, we neutralize its power to instill fear. Each failure becomes a feedback loop, a source of information that guides adjustment and improvement. This reframing transforms fear into curiosity and experimentation, essential attitudes for breaking free from mental constraints. Building resilience is intertwined with overcoming self-doubt. Resilience is the capacity to recover from setbacks and persist in the face of difficulties. It grows when we repeatedly confront limiting beliefs and choose action despite uncertainty. Each act of perseverance strengthens confidence and gradually erodes the hold of doubt. Developing resilience also means accepting that improvement is not linear. Progress includes ups and downs, moments of confusion, and periods of slow growth. Recognizing this reality prepares us to navigate obstacles without surrendering to discouragement. The power of affirmations and positive self-talk, when used authentically, can support breaking through limiting beliefs. Affirmations are not empty platitudes but intentional statements that reinforce our capacity to grow. By regularly affirming beliefs such as "I am capable of learning" or "challenges help me grow," we begin to overwrite the negative scripts that fuel self-doubt. Consistency is key here. Repeated exposure to empowering messages helps reprogram our internal dialogue, making belief in improvement a default stance rather than an exception. Taking deliberate action is perhaps the most effective way to dismantle self-doubt. Action creates momentum and shifts focus from internal fears to external progress. Starting with small, manageable steps allows us to build competence and confidence gradually. Each success reinforces the belief that improvement is attainable and that we are not defined by our doubts. Over time, this cycle of action and positive reinforcement becomes self-sustaining, making limiting beliefs lose their influence. Ultimately, overcoming self-doubt and limiting beliefs is not a one-time event but an ongoing journey. It requires patience, persistence, and compassion toward oneself. It's about cultivating a mindset that welcomes challenges, embraces learning, and refuses to be defined by past failures or perceived limitations. Believing in your ability to improve is a choice, one that can transform how you see yourself and your possibilities. This belief is the foundation for unlocking potential, driving innovation, and living a life marked by growth and achievement. Persistence and resilience are two pillars that uphold the power of believing in your ability to improve. They are the forces that keep you moving forward when progress feels slow, when the obstacles seem overwhelming, and when doubt threatens to derail your journey. Persistence is the commitment to keep showing up, to keep trying even when results are not immediately visible. It's the discipline to maintain effort day after day, knowing that growth is often incremental and that mastery requires time. Resilience, on the other hand, is the capacity to recover from setbacks, to adapt in the face of adversity, and to maintain hope and motivation despite difficulties. Together, they transform challenges from reasons to quit into opportunities to learn and grow. When you truly believe that improvement is possible, persistence becomes a natural response to setbacks rather than a burden. This belief fuels your motivation to push through moments of frustration, fatigue, or failure. Instead of interpreting obstacles as signs that you are incapable or unworthy, you see them as essential components of the growth process. You understand that every setback carries with it valuable lessons that, when integrated, bring you closer to your goals. This mindset shifts your focus from short-term results to long-term progress, allowing you to embrace the journey with patience and determination. Resilience amplifies the power of persistence by enabling you to bounce back after failures or disappointments. Life is unpredictable and full of uncertainties. Even with the strongest belief in improvement, you will face challenges that test your resolve. Resilience helps you withstand these tests by fostering emotional strength and mental flexibility. It allows you to manage stress, regulate your emotions, and maintain a positive outlook in difficult times. Resilient individuals are not immune to pain or setbacks, but they do not let these experiences define or defeat them. Instead, they view challenges as temporary and solvable, reinforcing their belief that they can overcome adversity through effort and adaptation. The relationship between persistence and resilience is cyclical. Persistence in the face of difficulty builds resilience because each effort, no matter the outcome, strengthens your ability to cope with future challenges. Similarly, resilience supports persistence by sustaining your energy and hope, preventing discouragement from eroding your motivation. This interplay creates a virtuous cycle where continuous effort leads to greater capacity for recovery, which in turn fuels more effort. Over time, this dynamic nurtures a deep confidence in your ability to improve regardless of external circumstances. To cultivate persistence, it is important to develop clear, meaningful goals that align with your values and vision for growth. When your goals resonate deeply, they provide a compelling reason to persevere through hardships. It also helps to break larger goals into smaller, manageable milestones. Achieving these incremental targets provides regular feedback and reinforcement, boosting your sense of progress and fueling continued effort. Celebrating these small wins is crucial because it sustains motivation and reduces the likelihood of burnout. Building resilience involves practices that strengthen your mental and emotional fortitude. Techniques such as mindfulness, reflection, and stress management help you stay grounded and focused during challenging times. Cultivating a growth mind, it is foundational to resilience because it encourages viewing difficulties as opportunities for development rather than threats to self-worth. Seeking support from mentors, peers, or coaches can also enhance resilience by providing encouragement, perspective, and accountability. Knowing that you are not alone in your struggles makes it easier to keep going and learn from setbacks. Persistence and resilience are vividly demonstrated in stories of innovation and success. Many groundbreaking achievements were preceded by repeated failures, criticism, and doubt. What distinguishes those who ultimately succeed is their unwavering commitment to improvement and their ability to recover and adapt after each setback. These stories highlight that talent or intelligence alone are insufficient for lasting success. Instead, it is the relentless pursuit of growth and the resilience to face adversity that make the difference. It is important to acknowledge that persistence and resilience do not mean stubbornly repeating the same actions without reflection. True persistence involves adaptability, being willing to adjust strategies, seek new knowledge, and change course when necessary. Resilience includes the humility to accept failure as a teacher and the flexibility to pivot rather than persist blindly. This combination of steadfastness and openness is what leads to genuine improvement and innovation. Persistence also teaches patience, a vital but often overlooked aspect of improvement. In a world that prizes instant results, it is easy to become discouraged when progress seems slow. Persistence reminds you that meaningful growth often unfolds over months, years, or even decades. It encourages you to trust the process, maintain effort, and stay focused on your vision even when immediate rewards are not apparent. This patience nurtures deeper learning and more sustainable success. Resilience fosters emotional intelligence, helping you manage the inevitable ups and downs of any challenging endeavor. By developing self-awareness and emotional regulation, you gain the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively to setbacks. This calm and composed approach enhances decision-making and problem-solving, increasing your chances of turning difficulties into opportunities. Emotional resilience also supports maintaining relationships and building networks that can provide resources and encouragement throughout your journey. Ultimately, persistence and resilience are not just traits, but practices, habits that can be developed and strengthened over time. They require conscious effort and intentionality, but reward you with greater confidence, capability, and fulfillment. Believing in your ability to improve is the foundation, but persistence and resilience are the engines that drive that belief into reality. They enable you to navigate the unpredictable path of growth with courage, determination, and grace, transforming challenges into stepping stones on the road to excellence. Setting clear, actionable goals is fundamental to harnessing the power of believing in your ability to improve. Goals serve as a roadmap, providing direction and focus in the often complex and unpredictable journey of personal and professional growth. Without clearly defined objectives, efforts can become scattered, motivation may wane, and progress can stall. The clarity that goals bring allows you to channel your energy purposefully and measure your advancement, reinforcing your belief in improvement as you witness tangible results. Effective goal setting transforms abstract desires into concrete targets that guide daily actions and decisions. Goals should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, often summarized by the acronym SMART. Specific goals eliminate ambiguity, clearly defining what success looks like. For example, instead of saying, "I want to get better at public speaking," a specific goal would be, "I will deliver 3 presentations at work within the next 3 months." This precision helps maintain focus and provides a clear criterion for success. Measurable goals enable you to track progress objectively. Being able to quantify improvement, whether through numbers, feedback, or milestones, builds confidence and reinforces the belief that effort leads to growth. Achievability is crucial to maintain motivation. Setting goals that are overly ambitious or unrealistic can lead to frustration and discourage persistence. On the other hand, goals should also challenge you enough to promote growth beyond your current comfort zone. The sweet spot lies in setting stretch goals that push your limits while remaining within reach with effort and learning. Relevance ensures that your goals align with your broader values, interests, and long-term vision. When goals resonate with what truly matters to you, they become intrinsically motivating. This connection makes it easier to sustain commitment through challenges and setbacks. Time-bound goals introduce a sense of urgency and accountability. Deadlines help prevent procrastination and encourage consistent effort. They also create opportunities for periodic review and adjustment, enabling you to learn from experience and refine your approach. The temporal framework instills discipline, turning vague intentions into concrete plans with defined start and end points. Breaking larger goals into smaller, manageable steps or milestones is a powerful strategy for maintaining momentum. Big ambitions can feel overwhelming and paralyzing, but subdividing them into incremental tasks makes progress visible and attainable. Each milestone reached serves as a checkpoint, offering a sense of accomplishment that fuels further effort. This approach helps sustain motivation by providing frequent feedback and celebration opportunities. It also reduces anxiety by focusing attention on one achievable target at a time. Goal setting is not a one-time event but an iterative process. Regular reflection and adjustment are necessary to stay aligned with evolving circumstances, insights, and aspirations. Periodic evaluation helps identify what is working, what isn't, and where additional support or learning may be needed. This adaptability ensures that goals remain relevant and achievable over time, preventing stagnation and disengagement. Visualization and mental rehearsal are complementary techniques that enhance the effectiveness of goal setting. By vividly imagining the successful achievement of your goals, you engage your brain in preparing for the desired outcome. Visualization strengthens motivation and confidence by creating a mental image of success that feels attainable and compelling. It also primes your mind to recognize opportunities and solutions that support your progress. Accountability mechanisms significantly increase the likelihood of goal attainment. Sharing your goals with trusted peers, mentors, or coaches creates external pressure to follow through and provides valuable feedback and encouragement. Accountability partners can help you stay on track, offer perspective during challenges, and celebrate successes. The social aspect of goal pursuit fosters commitment and reinforces your belief in your capacity to improve. It is essential to balance ambition with self-compassion when setting and pursuing goals. While striving for improvement requires dedication and effort, it also demands kindness toward yourself during setbacks or slower than expected progress. Recognizing that growth is a process involving ups and downs helps maintain a positive mindset and resilience. This balanced approach reduces the risk of burnout and keeps motivation sustainable. Incorporating goal setting into daily routines embeds the pursuit of improvement into your lifestyle. Simple practices such as starting each day by reviewing your goals or ending with reflection on progress help maintain focus and intention. These habits cultivate consistency, which is vital for long-term growth. Over time, the discipline of goal setting and regular review becomes a powerful engine driving continuous development. The relationship between goal setting and belief in improvement is reciprocal. Clear, achievable goals provide evidence that growth is possible, reinforcing confidence and motivation. Conversely, a strong belief in your capacity to improve fuels commitment to setting ambitious goals and persevering toward them. This synergy creates a dynamic cycle of progress where belief and action continuously reinforce each other. Effective goal setting also enhances problem solving and decision making. With a clear understanding of your objectives, you can prioritize tasks, allocate resources wisely, and make choices aligned with your vision. This clarity reduces distractions and inefficiencies, increasing productivity and satisfaction. It empowers you to navigate challenges strategically rather than reactively. In professional settings, goal setting fosters collaboration and alignment within teams and organizations. When individuals and groups have shared, transparent goals, efforts become coordinated and collective progress accelerates. Clear goals provide a common language and purpose, enhancing communication and engagement. This environment supports a culture of growth and continuous improvement. Ultimately, setting clear, actionable goals transforms abstract hopes into achievable realities. It provides structure to the process of improvement, making progress measurable, motivating, and manageable. Goals bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be, guiding your efforts with precision and purpose. By embracing goal setting as a disciplined, reflective practice, you strengthen your belief in your ability to improve and create the foundation for lasting growth and success. Embracing a growth mindset is a transformative approach that fundamentally changes how you perceive challenges, setbacks, and your own potential. This mindset is the belief that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are not fixed traits, but can be developed through dedication, effort, and learning. Adopting a growth mindset means shifting your perspective from seeing failures as reflections of your limitations to viewing them as valuable opportunities for growth and improvement. This shift is critical because it influences every decision you make, every risk you take, and every challenge you face. When you cultivate a growth mindset, you start to value the process of learning itself rather than just the outcomes. Success becomes less about proving your innate talent and more about the effort you invest and the lessons you extract along the way. This focus encourages persistence, resilience, and curiosity, which are essential ingredients for continuous improvement. A growth mindset liberates you from the fear of failure because setbacks no longer define your worth. They become stepping stones to greater achievement. The impact of a growth mindset on motivation cannot be overstated. When you believe that your efforts can lead to improvement, you are more likely to embrace challenges rather than avoid them. Challenges become exciting opportunities to test your limits and expand your capabilities. This enthusiasm fuels deeper engagement and a stronger commitment to your goals. Moreover, setbacks are reframed as feedback rather than defeat, prompting you to analyze what went wrong and adjust your strategies accordingly. This constructive approach leads to more effective problem solving and faster learning. Adopting a growth mindset also enhances your emotional well-being. Viewing failures as part of the growth process reduces anxiety, stress, and the fear of judgment. It fosters a healthier relationship with mistakes, promoting self-compassion and patience. You become more willing to take risks, try new things, and step outside your comfort zone, all essential behaviors for innovation and personal development. Over time, this mindset builds confidence not because success is guaranteed, but because you trust in your capacity to learn and adapt. In practical terms, cultivating a growth mindset involves several intentional habits and reflections. First, it requires recognizing and challenging fixed mindset thoughts, those that tell you that your abilities are static or that failure means you're not good enough. By becoming aware of these limiting beliefs, you can consciously replace them with growth-oriented affirmations such as "I can improve with practice" or "mistakes help me learn." This self-awareness is the foundation of change. Feedback plays a crucial role in developing a growth mindset. Instead of fearing criticism, you learn to seek it as valuable information for improvement. Constructive feedback provides insights into areas where you can grow, and embracing it with openness accelerates your development. Similarly, celebrating effort and progress rather than just results reinforces the value of hard work and perseverance. This shift in focus helps maintain motivation even when immediate success is elusive. Surrounding yourself with a culture that supports growth mindset principles is equally important. Whether in education, work, or personal life, being around people who value learning, experimentation, and resilience creates an environment where growth thrives. Leaders and mentors who model growth mindset behaviors by admitting their own mistakes, sharing lessons learned, and encouraging risk-taking can inspire and nurture this mindset in others. Research in psychology supports the profound effects of a growth mindset on achievement and satisfaction. Studies show that individuals who adopt this perspective perform better academically, professionally, and in their personal goals. They demonstrate greater creativity, higher levels of engagement, and more effective coping strategies when facing challenges. This evidence underscores that the belief in the ability to improve is not just a feel-good notion, but a scientifically backed principle that drives success. Importantly, a growth mindset does not imply that anyone can become an expert overnight or that effort alone guarantees mastery. It acknowledges that improvement is a journey requiring patience, practice, and strategic learning. It encourages experimentation and reflection to discover what works best for you. This realistic approach balances optimism with discipline, making growth both achievable and sustainable. A growth mindset also transforms how you view others and collaboration. It encourages empathy and support because you recognize that everyone is on a journey of improvement. Instead of seeing competition as a zero-sum game, you see opportunities to learn from others, share knowledge, and grow collectively. This mindset fosters teamwork, innovation, and a positive community where progress is celebrated as a shared success. In moments of doubt or difficulty, reminding yourself of the growth mindset principles can be empowering. Reflecting on past challenges you have overcome through effort and learning reinforces your belief in continued improvement. Setting incremental goals and acknowledging small victories along the way maintain momentum. This mindset turns obstacles into puzzles to be solved rather than insurmountable barriers. Finally, cultivating a growth mindset has profound implications beyond individual achievement. It influences how organizations innovate, how educators inspire students, and how societies evolve. When people believe they can improve, they are more likely to take initiative, embrace change, and contribute positively to their communities. This collective growth mindset drives progress on a larger scale, transforming challenges into opportunities for advancement. In summary, embracing a growth mindset is a powerful catalyst for unlocking your potential. It reshapes your approach to learning, failure, and success, creating a foundation of resilience, motivation, and continuous development. By intentionally adopting this mindset, you empower yourself to face the future with confidence and curiosity, knowing that improvement is always within reach through effort, reflection, and adaptation.